What a beautiful facility we're about to see. We welcome you to the opening of the new Sports Medicine Research Institute, which will benefit athletes of the U.S. military, athletes of all ages, and all Kentuckians seeking a healthy lifestyle. And speaking of those tactical athletes of the United States military, today is June 14th, which is Flag Day across these United States of America. This 10,000 square foot facility was launched in part by a $4.2 million grant from the United States Department of Defense. And so it's appropriate that today's events also do honor our military. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand as the UK Air Force ROTC Color Guard presents the colors and the national anthem is played. And we ask that you please remain standing until the colors have been retired. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks to the University of Kentucky, United States Air Force ROTC Color Guard. Again, good morning to all of you. We want to acknowledge representatives from a couple of our congressional offices in the audience. We have Ethan Witt from Senator McConnell's office, Tatum Dale from Congressman Barr's office, and we welcome other dignitaries who are joining us for this very special and important announcement. It is always an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to introduce the next gentleman who I'm going to ask to come up and speak. He is the 12th president of the University of Kentucky. A warm welcome for Dr. Eli Capilouto.
Thank you, Carl. This Friday, our Board of Trustees will approve the budget for the University of Kentucky for next year, some $3.7 billion. And during this week, I reflect more so on how does all this happen. And undergirding this, which is part of our DNA, is our quest for discovery and our commitment to service. Every day, people all across this campus come together to answer those lingering questions while daring to pioneer those questions that we haven't even thought of. All of this is in service to our community, our fellow Kentuckians, our fellow citizens across this country. Indeed, our research and these questions that we answer, these scholarly endeavors, offer the brightest hope for transformation and change for the Commonwealth and for the broader world we serve. This sentiment, this unwavering commitment to improving the lives of our communities, fuels the work at the University of Kentucky, and it fuels the work of the UK Sports Medicine Research Institute. This institute reflects a charge ingrained within our strategic plan that we need to work together, that it's only through multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary efforts can we address those issues, those disparities that afflict our people. So I'm inspired by the synergies that I've witnessed here in my visits and what's going to be possible through this institute. So think of this, there are 7 colleges involved: health sciences, agriculture, education, engineering, medicine, nursing, and public health, plus those from UK Healthcare. And we know that working together across disciplines is the best way to ensure real positive change. And that's what's going to happen in this space. So while we focus on collaboration, and through focusing on collaboration, the SMRI promotes health through research, performance, wellness, and taking what we learn here in outreach to community. It was launched with the support of a $4.2 million grant from the Department of Defense, and the work here certainly will benefit those who we entrust to protect our country and our freedoms, but it'll also benefit athletes. So the injuries, whether to a soldier or to an athlete, can be painful, expensive, and damaging to their health in the long term especially. So I'd like to commend Dean Scott Lephart, where are you, Scott? Excellent work for his long and successful career in human performance research to address these challenges, to benefit the lives of those who are injured, especially in service to our country. We are fortunate to have him as part of our UK research community. And I'd also like to thank Athletic Director Mitch Barnhart and UK Athletics for their collaboration and support. This space was used by athletics for years. And I want to thank Dr. Mike Karp. When we were trying to recruit Scott, Mike can quickly use his eye for talent and his negotiating skills to weave together things that make this an attractive place for our university. And he's done that so many times. So this partnership involving athletics and our academic mission is an example for the country. From the Jacobs Science Building, another partnership with some of the same players, to this institute, our partnership allows us not only to recruit the next All-American athlete, we are able to recruit top researchers, teach at the leading edge in science education, and bring world-class scientists together to conduct research that answers the questions we must address if we're to meet our responsibilities to our fellow citizens in the Commonwealth. So I look forward to seeing the meaningful work that will emanate from this institute and how it strengthens even further our commitment to be the university for Kentucky. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Capilouto. Our next speaker has had quite a year. You know, being president of the University of Kentucky is a 24/7, 365 job, so is being athletics director of the University of Kentucky. But I hope that Mitch Barnhart, his team in UK Athletics, your family, Mitch, and everybody else can take a little collective breath. I think we've had the last event of the 2016-17 athletic calendar, yes? We have. And I'll tell you what, they're still tabulating the results, but University of Kentucky is going to come out great in the Directors' Cup standings. We're going to be hearing about that, I think, within the next few days or weeks. But without further ado, a man who's been here now 15 years, seems hard to believe, but he's done a great job leading our athletic department, but also helping on the academic side of the university. Please welcome Director of Athletics at the University of Kentucky, Mitch Barnhart.
It's good to be with you today. This is another great example of the partnership, the powerful partnerships that we have created on this campus through Dr. Capilouto and his team and the different places that has shown up. And so the building area that you're in used to be our football locker room. So there was football meeting spaces in here where our coaches met with our players as we prepared for games. When we moved across campus to the new football training center, this space became available. And so through the partnership that Dr. Karp and Dr. Lephart talked with us about, this became a really, really neat idea for us to be a part of, and the partnership came to be. So pretty cool stuff, and we're excited about that. Congratulations to the staff of the SMRI Institute and Dr. Lephart. We're so appreciative of being a part of this, and look forward to working with you. This group is on the cutting edge of sports science, human performance, different things that affect our world from a variety of lenses. And so it's really exciting to get engaged in this research. And so we're looking forward to that. There's not another facility like this within 400 miles of Lexington. That helps a lot of people. As Dr. Capilouto said, this is a place that we can be proud of as Kentuckians and at the University of Kentucky, and it can serve all of our commonwealth. The work being done here has benefits for many. I'm most excited for our military, that they have an opportunity through the grant through Department of Defense to do research that helps our military. That is first and foremost in my mind. The fact that we get to help and sort of jump on the bandwagon a little bit and have an opportunity to figure out how it plays into student athletes' lives here on our campus and how it helps us become elite, which is the conversation we have every day with our coaches and athletes, is really, really important to us. I think that when you talk about injury prevention or rehabilitation, I think those two things are really, really important. From our perspective, it isn't just rehabbing an injury for us. For our student athletes, it is about preventing injuries and maybe not getting to a spot where they get hurt. And what is that axis that allows us to take our performers to the edge of the very top level without getting hurt? And they can stay in the games and the sports that they love, and they absolutely can perform at the highest level, championship elite level, which we demand in the Southeastern Conference and at the University of Kentucky. So those are really, really important pieces for us as we go forward. The staff has been terrific. We had an opportunity, I've been through it twice now, once individually with the staff here. Our coaches and administrators walked through the facility on Monday with the staff, and they all figured out how uncoordinated they were in their old age, and the things that they couldn't do, and so it was terrific to humble them once again. So it was good. No, but it was really, really good. I was appreciative of the collaboration with everyone. I think our folks walked away realizing it is a great tool in our toolbox as we look to recruit, as we look to compete, as we look to maintain a healthy lifestyle for our young people that are involved. So really, really exciting time for us. Our Director of Applied Sports Science is a young man by the name of Chris Morris. And Chris is really, really a bright guy, and we brought him on staff for this very reason, not knowing that this was coming on board. Chris will deal with human performance and making sure that we find that really cool spot between science and toughness, and making sure that we're absolutely being able to walk out of a locker room ready to compete for the University of Kentucky. So we're excited about that. We want to try and become and maintain an elite level program. And we can't do that without opportunities to work with folks like this. So we're very appreciative of being a part of it. We're excited about being able to be a contributor to it and support it. We're looking forward to the research and what it has and to offer our program as well as to offer our community. So thanks for letting us be a part of it. Wish you all the best. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Mitch, and well said. Our next speaker came to the University of Kentucky, I guess it's going on 7 years now. He's not a native Kentuckian, but he has adopted Kentucky as his home state, and also something that's close to many people and many of us across the Commonwealth. He himself was a first-generation college student in his family, college graduate, went on. He's a graduate in pharmacy. He's a doctor of pharmacy. He's a great researcher. He's been a great teacher. Now he's our wonderful provost here at the University of Kentucky, Tim Tracy. Tim.
Thank you, Carl, and it's a pleasure to join you today as we celebrate an exciting future made possible by this facility, but more importantly, by the talented people who work in this space. And as someone who, with a recent athletic injury, who's under the care of one of these folks, I have a special place in my heart for this institute. We know that the most exciting possibilities for tomorrow often occur at the intersection of disciplines, that nexus of ideas where discovery, whether at the cellular or community levels, is most likely to be created. The President spoke about the exciting possibilities for research and community impact. In harmony with those efforts, this facility also creates new, innovative avenues for 21st century education. The Sports Medicine Research Institute integrates that transformative discovery and knowledge from labs and into classrooms at both the undergraduate and graduate levels, and, as we said, across colleges. Because of this integration, we can provide students with immersive, applied research opportunities to gain the critical skills necessary to become the researchers of the future. This institute is aligned with the outstanding College of Health Sciences Rehabilitation Sciences doctoral program. This collaboration has created new opportunities for training, providing student funding through graduate research assistantships and the mentoring of PhD students. And beyond UK's borders, the SMRI also provides educational opportunities to active duty military personnel on academic leave, veterans, and other military members. With this emphasis on collaboration, the different branches of UK's mission, education, research, service, and care, converge in the work of the SMRI. I'd especially like to thank Dean Lephart, UK SMRI's founder. He spent 27 years at the University of Pittsburgh, building a nationally recognized career in sports medicine and the physical performance of military personnel. We are incredibly fortunate to have him here at UK and to launch this institute. We look forward to seeing the continued success of this institute under his leadership and the future possibilities it creates. Thank you.
Thanks, Provost Tracy. Well, our next speaker, you heard about University of Pittsburgh, and I imagine you're rather happy with the outcome of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh Steelers, they do pretty well every year, I tell you what. But again, here's a guy who's very much at home in the state of Kentucky, in our Commonwealth, and he is the Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Only been here 2 years, but he's like a house on fire. He likes to get things done. Please welcome Dean Scott Lephart.
Thank you, Carl. Good morning, and thank you all for joining us for this official opening of the UK Sports Medicine Research Institute on our campus here in Lexington. This is an exciting day for us. I'd like to extend a special thanks to our men and women of the armed forces who are here today, as well as members of the offices of Senator McConnell, Congressman Rogers, and Congressman Barr. Thank you for your support of UK and its mission. This is also the official grand opening of our SMRI at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, where our team works directly with the U.S. Marine Corps Special Operations Command. For the past 15 years, our research team has been working with the United States Department of Defense, where we're applying our sports medicine injury mitigation research models to our country's most valuable assets in defense of our freedom. Although Camp Lejeune is some 600 miles away from Lexington, our MARSOC Special Forces are celebrating this moment with us. as are our partners at the Office of Naval Research, who execute our research grants and guide our progress. In the fall of 2014, it was the vision, pride, and commitment to excellence of this university's leadership that attracted me to the University of Kentucky. We would not be here today without the commitment of our leaders. To President Capilouto, Dr. Karpf, Mr. Barnhard, and Provost Tracy, thank you. I could also not be more proud to be part of the College of Health Sciences at UK. My colleagues hear me say this often because it's true. The excellence of our faculty, our staff, and our students continue to amaze me on a daily basis. Because of you, I'm confident there is no better place on our vibrant campus than the College of Health Sciences. The driving force behind SMRI will be the multidisciplinary research that has already been alluded to. Thank you to the 45 associate faculty who have agreed to contribute to the work at SMRI, currently spanning 7 of our UK colleges. In particular, I would like to thank my colleagues in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine, led by Dr. Darren Johnson and Dr. Christian Latterman, who encouraged me to come to UK and encouraged leadership to establish the SMRI. Along with Dr. Scott Black, Drs. Johnson and Latterman will serve as the medical directors of SMRI. A special thanks to the leadership of the UK College of Medicine, UK Healthcare, UK Athletics, and the College of Health Sciences, whose partnership, a true partnership, have brought this SMRI to fruition. They say it takes a village. Never could it be more important than what we've seen here the last few months. The planning and hard work that have gone into this facility is something that I thank all of you who have made this a reality. Thank you to JRA Architects, to UK Healthcare Facilities Management, and in particular, Jennifer Chrisman, who shepherded the process every step along the way. Also, a special thanks to Murray Clark, UK Healthcare, and Mark Hill, UK Athletics, for your facilities oversight, and to University Facility Manager Angela Wilson. All of you made this happen in a very efficient and effective manner. At the heart of SMRI are the talented individuals who conduct the research and lead discovery on a daily basis. These 8 faculty and staff have relocated to UK and will serve as the core of our operation. Drs. John Apt and Nick Huebner and Miss Megan Beck have been part of the relocation to Lexington, while Drs. Kathy Poblowski, Joshua Winters, and Scott Royer transferred with us to UK and oversee our research with MARSOC at Camp Lejeune. Completing our core faculty are Dr. Emmanuel Glick, who joined us from the Department of Defense in the Bethesda Naval Medical Center, who will work along with Dr. Dan Hahn to lead our neurobehavioral and concussion research, and Dr. Stuart Best, who relocated all the way from Australia to lead our sports physiology research. Thank all of you for trusting and believing in the mission. The energy of any successful academic research center comes from the injection of the students, who are the fabric of our operation. SMRI is committed to mentoring and developing both graduate and undergraduate students who will be the next generation of scholars and clinicians. Our workstations are already overflowing with these enthusiastic young minds. As a multidisciplinary research center, the SMR will study injuries and conditions associated with musculoskeletal, physiological and metabolic and neurobehavioral health. Our discoveries will lead to novel injury prevention strategies, optimal rehabilitation techniques, effective clinical management strategies, and techniques to optimize physical performance. At our core, we will lead research ranging from easing the burden of musculoskeletal conditions such as arthritis to traumatic brain injuries such as concussion. Through our work with elite athletes, including the UK student athlete, the elite tactical athlete of the United States Special Forces, the equestrian athletes, and spanning from youth to aging, those in pursuit of recreation, sport, and healthy lifestyles, the SMRI will develop a wealth of new knowledge, ultimately benefiting the citizens of the Commonwealth and beyond, and applicable across the lifespan and physical activity spectrum. The SMRI's vision and commitment is to become a global leader in sports medicine research and an academic hub for the world's best and brightest sports medicine researchers. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Scott. The next gentleman really doesn't need an introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway because I'm thinking of Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania and things like that. He got his medical degree at the University of Pennsylvania, pretty good school. He spent a long time at the University of Pittsburgh, leading their academic health center and different roles there. Then went to UCLA, headed up one of the nation's top academic medical centers. But finally, after being on the East Coast and on the West Coast, he finally realized the best place to be is Kentucky. So 14 years ago, he came here to take over and lead UK healthcare to new heights. Well, he's done that with not reckless abandon, but great determination. I didn't say that. Great determination and vision for our healthcare enterprise. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Michael Karpf.
Thank you. I hope when I leave, it's not going to be considered reckless abandon. You know, Dr. Capilouto, when I helped recruit Scott, it wasn't because of my eye for talent. It's for a very personal, selfish reason. When Scott first met with me, he showed me all these pictures of these elite athletes and these military folks. And he says, if you work with me, I can make you as buff as them. And I was foolish enough to believe that. Okay. And my wife said, are you kidding? There's no hope for you at that level. But in all seriousness, at the Academic Medical Center, patient care and clinical research is a team sport. So we're a team very much like the athletic teams and what we have to do. And what is going to come out of here is going to help quite a bit in putting teams together in orthopedics to help the citizens of the Commonwealth. It's going to do quite a bit to help folks who need rehab. And I think it'll further the ability for us to be able to have people recuperate. But what comes out of here will go even beyond what involves the musculoskeletal. As I was walking in, Pete Morris, who runs our ICU, says, do you know, we do research with Scott's group because in the ICU, getting people off of ventilators, muscular strength and conditioning is critically important. Getting people ready for a lung transplant, muscular conditioning and physical strength is critically important. So what we learn from athletes and what we learn from elite military folks is going to actually help folks like us in times of critical need. Some of the work that's being done here in metabolism will be applicable to diabetics. It will be applicable to folks who are fighting obesity. So in many ways, this institute and what health sciences does fundamentally enhances our capabilities both in clinical care and in research at the Academic Medical Center. So I think it's a partnership that brings lots more. I think what it does for our athletes, what it does for our elite warriors, I think is absolutely terrific. But what it will do for everyone else in the community, absolutely critical. So thank you, Scott, for the work you do.
Thank you, Dr. Karpf. Now I would like all of our speakers to please stand, and also Dr. John Apt to please come forward. He is the director of the SMRI. We're going to have a ribbon cutting, and I'm looking at Laura. The ribbon is right there. Okay. Going to be joined by members of the Air Force ROTC as well. Now, for the benefit of the photographers and videographers, since once the ribbon's cut, it's cut, we're going to ask our dignitaries to please walk forward, get real close, but don't actually cut the first time. Okay. So is everybody getting their shot? And then on the count of three, we're actually going to cut the ribbon. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all. You may be seated. And also for the reporters, the media here, we are going to have equipment demonstrations around this room, and I believe people can visit other parts of the facility as well. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to all involved in this project. What a great day for the University of Kentucky. Have a nice rest of the afternoon.